about it. I wasn't at first. I used to be that girl that was like, I hate like anyone that does OnlyFans. I think it's stupid. Like, why are you doing this? And now I've like really broadened the horizon.
The money makes it sweeter.
It does. But I also think like when I do have kids, I am not going to be probably doing
When are you going to get out? What's like the end game? So you said you're not in this for long term. Like, when do you know? Like, is it when you made enough, or?
I think for me, it's the other investments that I have, and when those are like fully on board,
like a side job,
then
like
I'm
you said, right?
yeah, then I'm done with it.
Do you have your real estate license?
No, but my husband does, and yeah.
Nice.
This may be a personal question, but were you affluent before OnlyFans?
No.
So were you struggling a little bit?
Oh, like money wise? No, I was not. I was doing well. I was doing well, and I'm really good about saving my money.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been that type of person that would have like 3 different jobs and just trying to hustle as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
And so I think that for me was like OnlyFans. I was like, oh, I'll do this on the side. Like, it'll just be extra money. A lot of girls in Scottsdale do it. Like, it's kind of the norm out here in the West. And
Agreed.
you know, I come from like the middle of nowhere where that's not a thing. And so I just think since it's so normal, I just based it as like, oh, it's just a side hustle.
Yeah.
And then it kind of turned in from a side hustle to like, okay, wow, I'm making a lot of money. And
Yeah.
Also, to add into like your question about kids for the future, I think what she said about the West, it has become like a lot more modernized. So I think it also might depend on like where you're gonna raise your kid. If you raise your kid in LA, like there are so many sex workers here that I don't think that, you know, specifically one of ours necessarily is going to be the talk of the town when there's like so many plus years now going on between now and then.
God,
So
I
think
hope
it
sex
kinda
work
just
doesn't become
depends.
normalized.
It has become a lot
I think
more
we
normalized.
think that because we are living in the West, but it's not. It's not normal, and it shouldn't be normal.
I think it is normal.
I think it's pretty
been
normal.
I think the
normal for
media
a while.
kind of
The media
shows that it's
definitely.
normal.
I think
And
that
it's not
especially,
normal.
yeah.
I think
I
if you talk
mean-
to a lot of guys out there that are kind of normal and sane, they aren't paying for pornography. They aren't
No.
watching pornography. I think that's what a lot of young men are finding, like in this day and age, are turning toward pornography to this day and age, and they're having trouble going out there and talking to girls in real life because the media, it's so easy to pull up porn or whatever you want to see is right in front of you. So why go talk to a girl?
Yeah, but
So it's destroying a lot of young kids, and like it's sad. Oh.
I just think
So
I think
angry.
it depends on like she was saying, like what you in referring to like porn is normalized, like or sex work. Like, what's your definition of sex work? Do you know what I'm saying? Because I think you're thinking like OnlyFans and stuff. Like,
Well, the definition of sex work is selling yourself, basically, to me.
It's selling a sexual product. So it's, if anyone gets like aroused off of the product, like I said, like a Victoria's Secret magazine could be sex work. Like it could be.
Sure,
It
you're not having
definitionally.
sex, but it's sex work. Like, sure, you're not doing the
I
dirty,
disagree,
but
but-
you're technically putting yourself out there, selling your
I think
body.
it's more art
I
than it is
disagree,
sex
but
work. It's like a way of
I think literally seeing a dick go in a vagina
Well,
is
you have to-
sex
you have
work,
to-
and
you have-
literally using a vibrator, and that's sex.
You have to think about
But,
why
like,
there's a
taking
market.
pictures-
Your
You have to think
nudes
about why there's a
online is
market for
not
what you do.
No.
Sex work?
No, it's
no, it's art.
photography.
Yeah, it's photography.
But people
like,
It's
don't
not like
wa-
I'm just sitting here like.
But why do you think people are watching? But why do you think people are watching it?
It's only one reason.
If you
That's
have
not none
if
of
you
my
have a most
I mean,
if
that's
you have a
kind of
mostly
their
male
problem if
fan
they're-
base,
if they're paying for it, that's on them. Like,
You're
it's
feeding
okay. But
into them as well.
the material reality of it being porn does not change.
So let me ask you a question. So if you're so against it, I just curious. Why wouldn't you delete your OnlyFans if you?
I've already spoken about this. I was big
Okay.
enough to where my pornography is going to be out there.
you can get it taken down very easily.
You can't.
Yes, you can. 100% you can.
You
It's
can't.
always gonna be
Yes, you
there.
can.
I was just curious
You
why.
You can't.
Reddit,
I
was just
Twitter.
curious.
I know.
You
Okay,
can
listen.
pay, trust
You
me.
guys have been doing this for 6 months to.
I also have lawyers that literally tell like you just pay for it and it gets taken.
I was just curious if like you're super, which I think it's really cool actually, that you're super like not into sex work, and it sounds like you've like really kind of dipped your toe in the sex work water in different areas, and so I completely get where you're coming from, and I think it's actually great because I know a lot of people who do the escorting and stuff like that, and I think it's really toxic and actually really scary. And but
All
I'm
of it
just
is.
out of curiosity, Because it sounds like you're super passionate about it. So I was just curious, if you have so much passion for it, I would just assume that you would want to just completely take off your OnlyFans to not earn money from that, to show like you really are super against it, you know?
Yeah, I do want to do that. I also think that, like I said, I'm coming from a background of, you know, criminality. I have basically ruined my job opportunities from being a public sex worker online. There are very minimal ways to make money. I haven't posted for months, and my sex work is going to be that out there. I've been doing sex work for so long that it will just keep getting reposted. It'll keep getting reposted, and I want to move on. I don't want to have to talk to a lawyer every week and say, hey, there's a new picture of me when I was 18 being circulated. Can you take it down? It's on Reddit. Every week. I want to be able to move on with my life, and hey, if you want to look and you want to pay me, it's there. I'm not going to post on it, but there's an archive, and at least it'll be sent to that. I don't, and you know, maybe once I get, well, I am in the process of getting an actual job working with women at crisis centers, but until then, and after then, hopefully all that money will go towards sex worker outreach programs to help those women. But until then, I'm sort of in a rock and a hard place. I think that a lot of women don't realize what comes after sex work, and it's not great. You don't get hired anywhere. You don't get, everyone has seen you naked. Imagine walking into a room, I've been doing this for 6 years, imagine walking into a room with 100 people. They've all seen you naked.
I mean, we all have boobs, we all have the same thing.
Sure, but there's a very specific way in which men treat women who they've seen as sexual objects, and it's not kindly. So I have very limited options. Right now, I would love to have never made any money from the sex industry. That's part of my whole platform online, is that I don't believe that I don't believe that sex work is work. It's not work, and it shouldn't be work. But unfortunately, it's just the cards I was dealt, and I'm trying to get myself out of it. So
Live and you learn.
you live and you learn. I was younger than you. Can you imagine going into it now?
I got a
I would
really
never.
serious question for everybody here. Okay. Not really related to this at all, but what would you do if you went home with a guy and he had a race car bed?
At like our age.
Yeah, like
Red
he's 25.
If
He's
it's
got
like
a little
ironic,
red-
that'd be funny.
A red race car bed.
I
You
wouldn't go
down?
home with
Or
Does he still live at home,
Well,
or is
he's-
he living on his own? He still live at his mom's crib?
Let's say he's got his own place. He's got his own place.
That's hilarious.
I'd be
If it's
concerned.
not like maybe a childish one.
You're
I
just
mean,
like immature still. You're still a kid. That's like a big red flag that you're not ready to, you know.
What if he's doing ironically?
What
What
if
if
it was
it's
your
fun?
boyfriend? Like, let's say the
I mean,
first
honestly,
time
it depends on the guy. Honestly,
Hey, if
yeah.
I got game, I got game.
you got to.
I think it
you should
depends
buy
on the
one.
game and
Next
the
time
personality.
you should buy
I'm gonna have a
buy
whole
race
Lightning
car bed.
McQueen setup.
But what about you?
What? Oh, no. Sorry.
Okay, what about you?
Yeah, that's immature. It's a red flag.
No go.
No. Well, I wouldn't be going home with anyone because I'm married.
Well, let's say
so-
Say you were.
say you were single.
No, I would. No, I'd
You-
leave.
He's
I'd
got
100%
LEDs.
leave right away.
So you were DTF, but you step into his bedroom,
no
race car bed.
I'll sleep on the couch.
Honestly,
Okay, what about you?
If I'm DTF, then I'd be like, where's the race car outfit to go with it? But
Let's fucking go.
Come correct,
Let's
or don't
go.
come
a bed is a bed.
What about
Yeah,
you?
I love that. We're fucking in the Hot Wheels sheets.
Okay. All right. So we have a chat here from Rippy through Streamlabs. Guys, reminder, TTS, it's all through Streamlabs now. And if you can also donate and we'll read it like this. Shout out to